Hey there gamers, it's Doomcutie, and this is my video review of Forza Motorsport. Before we begin, let's take a look back at Forza Motorsport 7. Released on October 3rd, 2017, this game was especially astounding for its time. Not only did it boast over 700 cars at launch, it integrated its dynamic weather and time of day, which during races impacted driving conditions and strategies for drivers. It also ran at 4K resolution and 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X. With enhanced physics, damage, and AI technology, Forza Motorsport 7 was praised for its visuals, the depth of its car roster, and the overall driving experiences. This cemented its place as one of the premier racing simulators of its time. It's now 2023 and Forza Motorsport has spent about 7 years in the gaming oven. The visionaries behind the game, Dan and Chris, had a clear vision, a reboot that brings us closer to why we fell in love with cars. I've spent over 50 hours in Forza Motorsport and I'm extremely excited to bring this review to you. All footage was taken on an Xbox Series X during the review period. I stepped into this game cautiously optimistic. Everyone who knows me knows that I'm a fan of the Forza series, and I really wanted this to be great. It's very obvious from the moment you step into this game that some real changes have been made within the Forza tech engine. And quite frankly, it feels and looks incredible. With 50 plus hours of gameplay under my belt, I can confidently say that physics within this game using a controller feel sensational. With reportedly 48 times more fidelity, I can tell you this. The way that the car has a relationship with the road is something truly amazing. The upgrades to the physics engine have been extremely impactful towards the gameplay. With every turn, every bend, every change of surface, change of temperature, even time of day, how long you've been racing will change how the car feels, even with the exact same tune. And it's so immersive. You really do feel like you're driving that car. Probably one of the most scrutinized parts of this game will be its ability to have on-track ray tracing. Now, from what I have seen and the performance on my Series X, the ray tracing is on track and it looks phenomenal. It is very clear that there have been major technological advancements with photogrammetry and the 3D materials scans. Even within the damage to cars, collisions look extremely authentic. Even build-up of dirt, dust, things on the track looks weathered and driven on. It's incredible. Not only is the surface of the road changing temperature and affecting grip and race dynamics, but tracks get rubbered in real life, and that really does affect your gameplay. And it's just a vibe, okay? One part of the gameplay progression that I think players might not really gel with is the fact that every single car has its own experience, and that there is also driver experience, and they are not always on the same level. This means that you must level every single car that you have in your garage to unlock certain upgrades on those vehicles. I personally like the idea that I have to actually drive every single car in my garage, but I know that some people probably won't enjoy that. In regards to gameplay, if you're coming from the Forza Horizon series, be warned. The rules are quite strict. Now, moving from something that's very open world and, very haphazard and fun will be an interesting experience for you. These tracks are closed and they also are both fictional and impeccably crafted, some of them to look like the real life versions. It's astounding. This is the reason why Forza Motorsport has been proven to be popular in the past, and it continually will be adding more tours and more activities for players over the coming months, which is really exciting. The career mode felt really satisfying, small but satisfying. And I was able to jump into the multiplayer as well. Being able to customize the tracks is really well thought out, with both a more simplified version and a much more extensive version, depending on what kind of experience you'd like to play with your friends. With any car game, the list of cars has to be probably one of the biggest sources of contention. Forza Motorsport features over 500 vehicles at launch, making it the largest roster for any Forza Motorsport game in history. It pretty much matches Forza Horizon 5 on launch, which is pretty amazing. I've already seen complaints, and to be honest, you can't make everyone happy, and I personally am very satisfied with this list. It's very clear that Turn 10 have spent a lot of time ensuring that every car is represented in the game as best as possible. I will say though, some of the more classic cars are a little bit more rough around the edges, but I can see that being refined over time. And a lot of those cars are very chrome heavy, so I can imagine that would be quite difficult on track with their ray tracing technology. In Forza Motorsport, there are some interesting changes in regards to the car upgrade and customization systems. The car points and car experience system actively encourage players to be more mindful about how they upgrade their vehicles, and I truly believe it will encourage players to practice and increase their driving mastery to reach their goals within certain vehicles. I can see that, as I mentioned before, the car upgrading system, which is unique to every single individual car, will be frustrating to a lot of players. I did have a play around with the painting and livery systems within Forza Motorsport, and honestly, it seems unchanged compared to the previous Forza Motorsport. Once again, Forza Motorsport has a lot of customizable options in regards to the tunes of your vehicles, as well as actually being able to import your previous shared imports, which I think is an excellent feature. It would definitely be useful for anyone who is very meticulous about the way they upgrade their vehicles, and potentially to see how those tunes perform in this latest update to the game. Regardless of your tunes, honestly, you are going to have the best time driving these vehicles. The physics are sensational, and I think this is the best driving in any Forza game so far. Forza Motorsport has launched with 20 tracks with the aim of adding more in November and December and the future. The tracks are extremely well done. The environments are dense, there is very high texture quality, and my personal favourite would have to be the Hakone circuit. And probably second to that would probably be Maple Valley. The use of colour and incredible detail to textures have made me fall in love with sim racing all over again. I did have the opportunity to spend some time within the online multiplayer aspect of Forza Motorsport, and I think it's really great. The rating system that they have implemented is fantastic. This really is the foundation of Forza Motorsport, and I think it's really successful, and I think it will contribute a lot to this game's longevity. I really enjoyed the Rivals mode in Forza Motorsport. It was a lot of fun, and again, another aspect of the game which I think contributes to its replayability and longevity for the future. I really enjoyed the Rivals mode in Forza Motorsport. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the risk versus reward aspect of the single player career mode. And yeah, having the incentive to challenge myself within the specific settings that I had for difficulty was really ingenious, and I enjoyed it a lot. The replay mode and photo mode within the game is always fantastic. There haven't been that many updates to it, but it's still very strong, and I can see many hours of of footage put out in the community to share people's achievements and gameplay within Forza Motorsport. Something that was teased in some of the leaks across the internet before we got more information about Forza Motorsport was the addition of a garage. Now, this has revealed to be a customizable car bay for players. I actually really like this. I think it's really nice in photo mode, and I can imagine when people get rare cars, they're going to be showing them off within their car bays, which is really nice. I like it. In the most unbiased way possible, Forza Motorsport is a fantastic game if you're new or old to this series. It's phenomenal and I love it.